help you today? You're looking for books about psychology and self-help? Well, you come to the right library. Do you have any topics in mind or any particular psychologists you're into? Carl Rogers? Certainly, we have many books on Carl Rogers, the pioneer of person-centered therapy. So, you don't like Freud, but respect that he did a lot for psychology. That doesn't surprise me. Many people tell me that, actually. Okay, so we have lots of books about Carl Rogers. I'll grab all of these for you in a second. Any other topics? Attachment theory. Ah, yes, this underpins everything. Do you know what your attachment style is? Secure? Oh, you lucky thing. Right, okay, so I'll get some attachment books for you. Do I have any recommendations? Yeah, of course. May I ask if you're studying, you're just interested in psychology and self-help? You're just interested, huh? The curious. Perfect. I have some ideas for you. Okay, so I will be right back. Give me a second. And I will bring those books for you, okay, with my recommendations. Okay, so do you mind if I start with the recommendation? Okay, thank you. So we have this book here, and I thought it resonates with attachment theory that you're looking into, and it is an essential read. It's called Building Bonds: Why We Choose the People We Choose and How to Change It If We Want to, and it's by Zoe Aston. And it's all about understanding your relationships and breaking free from trauma and holding on to your own worth. It's written by Zoe Aston, as I mentioned. They're a psychotherapist, a speaker and author. And basically, this book works through exploring the relationship to yourself. It dives into your friendships, your family dynamics, romantic relationships, and even professional and online connections. And I thought I would also just I bookmarked a page for you because I thought this could be relevant to you, because I feel like it's relevant to many of us. So, on page 181 here, it's emotional dumping after work. So, a work-related stressor that often occurs in relationships where two or more people cohabit, whether a romantic, family, or platonic relationship, is that one partner has a stressful time at work and doesn't have. A work-related stressor that often occurs in relationships where two or more people cohabit, whether a romantic, family, or platonic relationship, is that one partner has a stressful time at work and doesn't have or isn't using the tools to support themselves. They come home to perfectly content people and offload their resentment, anger, fear, sadness, anxiety, and frustration. They then feel better, but the person on the receiving end of this dump feels much worse and often won't be able to figure out why. When you emotionally dump after work, why we do it about all sorts of things, you are effectively getting rid of the undesirable feelings you've carried home and are giving them to someone else to sort out, but they don't get sorted out because the other person is likely to withdraw or attack in response. They start to take on the emotions you haven't dealt with, usually initiating a drama triangle. So, how does this book sound? Is it relevant to you? Perfect, let's pop it in the pile. You can borrow this, well, we usually loan our books out for a month. So you can borrow this for a month, and obviously if you read it in less than a month, please do bring it back. This is quite a popular one. Okay, so your requests here, let's go in order. We have this book about Carl Rogers called Client-Centered Therapy. Okay, and it's quite a hefty read. It's got it's 500 pages, and basically this book is everything that you need to know about client-centered therapy. And this book talks about the progress that's been made in the development of the techniques and basic philosophy of counselling. Rogers gives a clear exposition of procedures by which individuals who are being counselled may be assisted in achieving for themselves new, more effective personality adjustments. So basically this is all about non-directive counselling, pioneered by Carl Rogers, and it's a hefty read, but I think it's essential reading if you want to know more about Carl Rogers' way of working. And then, of course, this is one of the most famous ones. The second book here is Carl Rogers, A Therapist's View of Psychotherapy on Becoming a Person. Now, this is essential reading for all the person-centered therapists out there, but obviously if you've got a keen interest in this, this can help you as well. Carl Rogers pioneered the core conditions, and many of us learn the 3 core conditions. Carl Rogers pioneered the core conditions that can help everyone in their day-to-day life, not just counsellors. And they are, well, there's more than 3, but the core conditions, which are the 3 core conditions, are empathy, congruence, and unconditional positive regard. So if you apply that magic formula to how you communicate with people on a day-to-day basis, you may find that your relationships improve, okay? Okay, so I'll stick this one in the pile for you. Okay, so they're the 2 on Carl Rogers. Is that enough for you for that particular topic? Okay, let's do attachment theory, shall we? What was that? Books on depression? Yeah, I do actually have some that have been returned behind my desk here, so I can recommend some to you after these. That's not a problem. Okay, let's start with one of the most famous books on attachment. It's great for the layman. And it's attached. The New Science of Adult Attachment and How It Can Help You Find and Keep Love, and it's by Amir Levine and Rachel Heller. Now, this is the perfect book to start with when you want to understand attachment theory. It is really simply put, it is a delight to read, and it may help you discover more about yourself. That you said to me that you are a secure attachment. yeah, it might be worth doing the quiz again and seeing what you get as well. But I mean, if you know you're secure, you have the habits in place to remain secure. So, yeah, you want to know more about the other styles? Yeah, okay. Is there a particular reason for that? Or you know people who have, or you think have different styles to you, and you want to know how to kind of communicate with them better? That is really insightful of you, actually. That's really quite kind as well. A lot of people kind of go through life blind in the sense that they are not willing to really understand people's behaviour and try to edit the way they communicate with people according to like how they've been brought up or their attachment style or personality and all of that. So that's really lovely to hear. So the anxious attachment or anxious preoccupied people are often preoccupied with their relationships and tend to worry about their partner's ability to love them back. So the avoidants basically have a deactivating strategy. If someone gets really close to them, this kind of freaks them out and then they kind of shut down. Whereas the anxious, or both attachment styles are actually anxious, so it's a bit deceiving. Avoidants are also anxious. But the anxious preoccupied, they have an activating strategy, and what this means is that they get like when they feel like someone's pulling away from them, this heightens their anxiety and ignites their fight and flight response, and they kind of go overboard, and this is driven by like their deep-rooted fear of abandonment. So there's two very different ways of coping with the fear of abandonment. And anyway, I could go on forever about attachment. I think you'll find this book super useful, so I'm going to pop it in the pile. If you want a bit more of an academic book, we have that here, and it's by David J. Wallen, and it's Attachment in Psychotherapy. So this book is all about how to translate attachment theory into the therapy room, the counselling room. So the blurb says, translating attachment research and theory for clinicians. This eloquent book describes an innovative framework for adult psychotherapy that is grounded in what we know about childhood development, advancing the model of treatment as transformation through relationship. The author integrates attachment theory with neuroscience, trauma studies, relational psychotherapy, and the psychology of mindfulness. Vivid case material illustrates how therapists can tailor interventions to fit the attachment needs of their patients, thus helping them to generate the internalized secure base for which their early relationships provided no foundation. Demonstrating the clinical uses of a focus on non-verbal interaction, the book describes powerful techniques for working with the emotional responses and bodily experiences of patient and therapist alike. Okay. We're putting that one on the pile. This is a smaller book, so this will be really easy to travel with. It's only got 98 pages in total. It's very thin. And this book is dedicated to the anxiously attached, so the anxious preoccupied attachment style, understanding and working with preoccupied attachment, and it's edited by Linda Cundy. Okay. And yeah, so this is dedicated to the anxious preoccupied attachment style. They feel chronically insecure in their relationships and often intense, angry, and enmeshed in the spectrum of anxious attachment. Some people dip into states of acute rumination following specific life events, while an extreme manifestation may be thought of as borderline, inescapable, brooding, raging, and So yeah, this book addresses the origins of the anxious attachment and specific features of parent-infant relationships, enmeshed dynamics in adult relationships, including therapeutic relationship, are also highlighted, where threat of separation and loss activate intense attachment seeking. So that's what I said. When there is a threat of separation or loss, this activates the anxious preoccupied, and this basically makes them go into protest behaviour. But I just want to say, like, with the people that you know who have different attachment styles, it's not their fault. The key is to bring awareness to the behaviour and know that we can all shift our attachment style to be secure with a little bit of work, because our brains are neuroplastic, or well, we have neuroplasticity, shall I say. Yeah, but when under high stress, our attachment styles usually come out of the woodwork. That being said, so yeah, really good book there. I will pop that in the pile. How are you doing so far? Okay, great. Do you have any more topics? You've got quite a big pile. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yes, depression. Yes, sorry, I forgot about that. Hang on, I did have some check-ins today. Okay, this is really good. For when you know someone who's depressed. And it's a book by Anne Sheffield, and it's called How You Can Survive When They're Depressed, Living and Coping with Depression Fallout, okay? Because it's really important when you take care of yourself if you know someone who is depressed, because it can be quite a heavy thing to deal with. This is a hefty book, and I might extend the checkout period for you actually, because you've got loads of books. Because this is a huge book. Again, 500 pages. And you see here it's called Overcoming Depression. So if you're depressed yourself, you've been through it before, sometimes it's good to go through these books when you're not feeling depressed, because then you can utilise the skills that you've taught yourself outside of depression when you feel depressed, because it's hard to learn and to motivate yourself when you are depressed. So I think the learning should be when you're feeling alright. I think that's wise. But anyway, this is by Paul Gilbert, okay, and it's called Overcoming Depression, the 3rd edition, a self-help guide using cognitive behavioural techniques. Have you heard of cognitive behavioural therapy? Yeah. It's really hit and miss, actually, yeah. There are loads of different styles of therapy, and cognitive behavioural therapy is just one, and it doesn't work for everyone, yeah. So this book is super practical. It's got loads of exercises in, and it's super easy to read. So, let's have a look here. What can I show you? So it goes through, like the causes, mindfulness, and stuff about the mind and body link. Obviously, we're in one person, our head is not detached from our body, so our bodies also contribute to our depression. So yeah, okay. So I think that's enough, or you tell me, is that enough? Okay, so let's okay. Let me just take some details down from you. Can I take your surname? Okay, perfect. Yeah. Your date of birth. Okay. So I'm going to give you an extended checkout time. Do you think 3 months is okay? 3 months, okay. Perfect. Okay, you're all checked out, so let me just give you your books here. So here's Overcoming Depression, How You Can Survive When They're Depressed, On Becoming a Person by Carl Rogers, Client-Centered Therapy by Carl Rogers, attached the book, Attachment in Psychotherapy, The Anxiously Attached, and then Building Bonds, and Why We Choose People We Choose. Perfect, okay. Well, you let me know if there's anything else that you need. Feel free to continue browsing, and I'll be here to answer any questions you have. And I look forward to you coming back and we can chat about what you found out, okay?